So today we're welcoming three entrepreneurs, all issued actually from the diaspora and back in Africa, if I'm not wrong. So I will present. So first, we have here. So I will do it on an alphabetical order. So Bamba, who is based in Senegal and is into logistics and delivery up to the last mile, and we'll hear more about it later on. Then Kadri, who is actually the co-founder of Africrea, an e-commerce platform for African talents and in fashion, handicrafts, and arts. And last but not least, Rui, who is also based in Senegal and is now working as an entrepreneur in more into smart mobility, green mobility. So we'll hear more about it later on. So thank you guys for being here. And I forgot to say, yeah, sorry, my name is Nadia. So I'm also an entrepreneur like you. I'm also part of the diaspora as well. And I was living also in Africa. And now I'm between Europe and Africa. So bridging exactly what Adyfe is doing today with the OYA program. So really the bridge between the African diaspora and the African entrepreneurs. And I'm a co-founder and partner of Business Club Africa, which is a networking platform for executives doing business in Africa across all sectors. So, first, I will let you guys actually do kind of a small elevator pitch, as you're all used to it. So I can see already some smiles around. So just to explain, like who you are and what's your business all about, and especially what makes your business so innovative compared to others. So, Kadri, let's start with you, please. There is a little technical issue on Kadri's side in
Uh,
Abuja. No, can you?
yes, right now I'm in
Okay,
Abuja.
okay,
Yes,
great,
so I'm always traveling, and I will be in Senegal the next week. So if
perfect.
some people, so Africa is an e-commerce marketplace, and we have brought together thousands of African culture sellers from Africa, and all over the world, and we enable them to easily start and manage their online business. We also provide a safe shopping experience all African culture lovers who can buy with trust and ease on our platform. And this year we launched a new SaaS platform that's name is Anka. So Anka is a all-in-one e-commerce solution that allow users to sell or sellers to sell from any channels and ship products to anywhere in the world and get paid faster through international and local African payments. So for the innovation part, I think that set it all.
Exactly. Totally. Thank you very much, Kadri.
Yes.
Very, indeed, very innovative, very clear. Thanks a lot. So now, Bamba, please. So based in Dakar, I guess, for now, behind
Yes,
for PAPS. So
yes,
please,
good
the
morning,
floor is
Nadia.
yours. Good morning.
Hi, Kadri and everyone. We, all the speakers, Andrew. So, yes, I'm Bamba. I'm the co-founder of PAPS, which is a company we founded 5 years ago. So, basically, what we're trying to do is build the logistics infrastructure to help our clients do business easier in the continent. So, that infrastructure goes from warehousing, dispatch centers, relay network, and on another hand, also to making a fleet at disposal of multiple vehicles from bike to trucks to help our client deliver everywhere. So all of that is managed by technology that we trying to orchestrate all these flows of logistics. We are based in Senegal and in Ivory Coast since a few months ago.
Okay, thanks a lot. Congratulations for your new installation as well. So Rui, I don't know if you can talk now because if you still have issues with you can hear us, but we don't hear you, unfortunately. Okay, so let's see. Well, so Rui will join later on to explain what his business is all about. But maybe, so Kadri and Bamba. So you were part of the African diaspora. You were in Europe before, I guess, in France for most. Yeah. Okay. So the question is also because all the event is related also between like bridging the African diaspora with African entrepreneurs. The first question I would ask to both of you is, what did your experience in Europe help you to create actually your business? So let's start with Bamba. How did you come up? How did your experience in France help you go back to Senegal and create 5 years ago create PAPS, which is a very successful company today?
I think it's really not the French part that made me start PAPS. It's more the North American part of the
Okay,
story of my life. So basically, I was also in the US and in Canada for a few time, and I think that's where I get enough confidence to start and to believe in myself. Honestly, when I was in France, it was not it was not the more exciting country where it was easy for me to project myself as an entrepreneur. So I have different role models and figures that I had back in my childhood here in Senegal and in the world as a whole. But the experience in America was really the one that made me jump into that field. And how it happened. So basically, my first company was a call center, which I started in France. And then we expanded in Tunisia, and then we expanded in Senegal. And when we enter Senegal, we had that client that says, okay, now we want you guys to sell those SIM plan over the phone. It was wonderful SIM plan. And it was very easy to sell. So that's what we did. So first day we have 1,000 of sales. Second day we have 2,000 of sales. Thursday, 3,000 of sales. So that was great. And the problem was that all those sales were not real sales recorded. They were appointments to be able to buy. And that appointment was in agencies, and the client had to go in agencies before 5 p.m., before the agency closed. So that were making nonsense when you look at the type of clients that were buying this. So we decided to deliver to those clients, and then we enter a very different market, which is I think way bigger and not mature as the call center one. Because when you look at call center, you have already big poles, Madagascar, Morocco, you have also Poland, etc. So it's already a really great market, which is in phase of consolidation. And the logistics one in domestic market, it's the total contrary. It's informal, so there is a lot of opportunity. It's not the problem is not a problem of asset. It's more a problem of organization. And tapping into logistics in Africa, you are basically reshaping how people will exchange at some point when you get to a certain level. So yeah, that's the story. And today I'm based in Senegal, but I spent yeah, I spent 15 days in Abidjan, 15 days in Dakar each month. So as long as we also will open new cities, I guess I will be traveling a lot. That's cool. That's the cool part of it. But hard part also on the family side.
Thanks
Yeah.
for sharing. So very interesting with your role models. Maybe for Kadri also your role models, and how did it really, how or even how did you come up with your idea of Africrea and now moving to Abidjan as well? So tell
Yes.
us more.
We start the project Afreximbank in 2014, and to tell the truth, it was more a non-profit project than a real business with a big ambition. And the more and more we start to get involved and we discover the African culture potential. And it was like an epiphany moment where we realized that African culture can be really limitless resources like gas or gold or things that you can find in the continent. But and with digital and technology, we African can get appropriate these resources for ourselves. So at first we start the company. The example when I as I was working in France, when I used to go to the summer vacation to Mali and bring back some African goods, all my colleagues were asking me, "Yes, this is beautiful. Where can you find? Where I can find this product?" And it was just really a little project to try to help some sellers to sell their goods and to bridge to make the bridge between the two cultures. But now we discover the marketplace business model, and the more and more we dive deeper, we realize that that can be huge businesses with a really great impact. And to tell the truth, personally, I fell in love with the project. So 1 year later, we were full time with Moulay, my CEO. 1 year later, we find our third co-founder, CTO, Luc. And when in 2017, when we had our first fundraising, it was family money and some business angels. We really sat and asked ourselves, what is the vision? What we want to do? And we define our vision, and we wanted to really to bring the African culture as a lifestyle all around the world. As I used to say, in France, everybody loves to eat sushi, and they don't need to be Japanese to love sushi, because Japanese culture managed to have an influence in everybody's lifestyle. We can talk about American culture too, and we wanted to do that, to do the same with African culture. We really think that African culture has the potential to shine all around the world. And in a business-wise, the ambition that made us make the decision to go back to Africa was that we wanted to build an African company made by African that can shine all around the world. And after that, it was just a matter to choose the right town with the good infrastructure, and the decision took only 1 month.
Thanks for sharing, Kadri. Very nice. So who is now? Thank you. Who is now with us? Can you hear us properly?
Yes, I hear you guys.
Okay,
I'm really sorry for the connection issue.
No worries, no worries. We always manage. At the end, is the result is the most important thing. So you're here. We're very happy to.
Oh no.
Just if you could, like, kind of an elevator pitch, just tell us more about Kemet Automotive, the company you've created, just in a nutshell, and how you came up with this idea of smart and green mobility. So please go on.
Yes, thank you. So I started my entrepreneur path in France in 2014 with my brothers. We was rented electric cars. So we was one of the first electric car service company in France. So with this company, we developed the service in France and then in United States, where we were incubated in a Rocket Space incubator. It's the incubator that launched Uber, Spotify, and everything. And in 2018, we wanted to do fundraising, but we cannot with American investors. So we came back in France. And at this moment, I started to ask myself what I can do with all this experience in France, United States, meeting a lot of people, getting a lot of skills. And talking with my friend, they start to tell me that, okay, electric car in Europe, in the United States, but why not in Africa? So that's why I started to look about Africa, to look about the landscape, about electromobility, and I see that there is nothing. And I started to, and when I knew that, like, Dakar was one of the most polluted city in the world, like I said, so why don't we talk about electric mobility or green mobility here. So that's why I started. That's how I had my idea to launch an electric car company. So what we are actually doing is we are creating an electric and connected car, African car. We are actually based in Dakar. So we have the company, we have a team of 5 engineers working on the project. So mechanical engineer, electric engineer, 3D, and we are just handed the R&D session. So now we are going to the prototype, and the goal is actually to improve the mobility in Africa, to renew the park of old cars that create a lot of pollution, road accident, because old cars does not have security, and to industrialization, to create jobs and trade between African countries. And that's a bold and ambitious project, but I think the green mobility is really, really important. It will be a big topic in the next few years in Africa. So we decided to move on, and yes, we are motivated, and I think we will make it happen.
Agreed. Thanks. Very nice project. So, all in all, just a joke, but it's true. I think all of the three of you, you should, I think, start also, connecting. There are a lot of links between all of you. So if I say, for instance, Africrea, who are like who is an e-commerce platform and providing African arts, fashion, and everywhere on this planet, but also obviously also in Africa, with Bamba, who can through through PAPS and the logistics and delivery get it there, and through e-mobility to make it happen, the delivery through the auto entrepreneurs that Bamba is helping to move to a greener and smarter way to actually move from point A to B for your B2B or B2C clients. But okay, so what I wanted also to ask is, for you, what is because you talked about it already, Rui, like the impact you want to achieve through Kemed Automotive. Bamba, what is actually through PAPS? What will it create? What does PAPS create in Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire, where you are already, in terms of social, economic, and maybe also environmental impacts?
Thank you, Nadia. Yes, I think there is sorry to jump on your comment. We are already connected with Africa. We work together since a year now. Not
Okay,
yet
great.
with Rui, but I hope once we have the electric van, we'll be very happy to use them to deliver. So the impact is the direct impact is employment. Today in Dakar we have around 300 people that delivers every day in the city. Same as Abidjan, we just opened, we have already 50 people that delivers every day. So we are creating a lot of jobs, decent jobs, very different from what used to be a driver or courier in our country. So just to give you some figures, our best courier can get up to 1,000 euros per month, which is 600,000 CFA each month. All of that is can just happen because that's the structure how we are paying them. We could have more revenues, but we decide to share that in a way where they can get to a point where they can build also fleet on their own, and those fleets can work for us. So we don't have to create another fleet, etc. So on the other hand, we have also an academy at PAPS. That academy goal is to hire, train, retain our fleets. And how we do that? We do that by financing assets. We also do that by putting in place unfair advantage, such as gas reduction, insurance reduction, etc. So we are using the volume that we have to also leverage on that. And I think the last one is to help our company be more efficient. So basically, I will give you a few of example. Here we are delivering, for example, all the water invoices in the whole country. So basically, each citoyen gets his invoice through PAPS. What we are trying to do is, on the same time, helping those clients having a digital address by geolocalizing them, but at the same time, our clients reduce their time of treatments of those invoices, so they can collect their cash more easier and quicker, and then there is a workflow impact on their business. Last one is to take another example. One of the brands, the hype brands here that Kadri may know, comment ça s'appelle encore? Matidi. It's Matidi. It's a watch brand. So we helped them expand in other countries. So they were in Senegal. They were doing that business. As soon as we opened Ivory Coast, they were able to just send a pallet and able to deliver. And so what they have to do now is either have their communication through websites such as Africa, but on the other hand also just having their social media communication in order to sell, and then we can just deliver, take the cash, etc. So that's what we are trying to do. I keep telling that the short-term vision of what we are doing, we think, is create the logistic and in domestic robust infrastructure where each pharmacy can be delivered every day. So, for example, in all the country. The second time will be to connect those countries as soon as we already built that infrastructure. And the third time is also to open our West Africa country to international brands. So tomorrow, I want my son to be able to buy Mbappe jersey on PSG.fr and 3 days after get it at home. We'll be able to do that only if we can connect the domestic, the regional, and then connect it to the world through some APIs, etc. Voilà.
Your micro is cut.
Thank you. Sorry. Excuse me. Thanks a lot. So thanks, Bamba. Very interesting what you just said. Maybe for Kadri, relating also to first about the partnerships you have to develop, because obviously you're working with a lot of fashion designers and artists, etc. You will tell us more about that, which kind of partners you have and how you actually put together on your e-commerce platform on Africa all those people with the consumers, which happen to be in Africa or the diaspora, or as you said earlier, from all over the world, anyhow, as African arts lovers. So, in terms of partnerships you have to create and to also to get this outreach on the global side, like how is it because linked to technology? Is it linked to also the efforts you're making to in terms of business development? How do you manage to have first all those partner companies or artists and also your consumers?
Okay. The first part is technology, where our main, if I can say, competitive advantage is we are really focused on the technology part that represent 2/3 of our budget and our teams. So we managed to use that technology and partnerships to try to and we try to aggregate all that type and to have an impact at each step of the value chain of sellers. Our main goal is to empower entrepreneurship in Africa and to really build like Alibaba that infrastructure. And for that, we already have a great partnership with DHL that allows sellers mainly in Africa to ship all around the world with international quality standards. And today, we are the biggest client of DHL exporting from Africa in their e-commerce part. And our sellers now are shipping more than 10 tons every month. So, and when I say sellers in 47 African countries. So this is the logistics part. And we also try to have strategic partnerships in the payment part, because as you know, in each country in Africa, the payment, that the sellers can get their money is totally different. So right now, I'm in Abuja. I try to make some partnerships too with some African startups in the payment part that will allow our Nigerian sellers to get paid quickly and dealing with all the currency issue that they have. We are already trying to do some partnerships with Bamba in Abidjan. I don't know him personally yet, but I know him because he know very well Moulay, the CEO. So it's always like that. We try really to build our infrastructure and try to aggregate, to federate all the community of African startup. But it's not all the startup, but big corporation can help too. Like that.
Much, Kadri. So Ruby, still in the same idea, but still in terms of partnerships and also to be able to scale up. I mean, you're now at the prototype phase, but still, you said you want to be, the African e-mobility, smart mobility, and green mobility player in Africa. How do you tend now, while phase, to actually scale up already?
The point is that we actually we are the prototype, but we will start put the cars on the road that we develop with the Chinese factory next month. So we will be able to put this car on the chauffeur company, so they can work on it, so we can have data about how electric cars deal with the weather, with the difficult road, the charging challenge, and everything. So we will be working with other companies, creating data, because today we don't have data in electric mobility in Africa. So this will be a great resource. And then in the future, our goal is to work with company like maybe Bamba and Paps. So they are in logistic, and they use car every day. So why not working with an African brand who will know the ground, will know Africa, will know the difficulties of Africa, and with the car that is adapt to the realities of Africa. So our goal is really to work also with African suppliers, like you have companies in Egypt, for example, that have electric component for car. You have companies in Nigeria that have plastic component for cars. So we will be able to do a lot of partnership. And the most important for me is really to create jobs for electric young people that have degree. Like you have a lot of young Africans that have engineer degree, informatic degree, but they don't have the companies to work with this degree. So they end to be taxi drivers, you see. So I think the really point is that for me, like, has to be the next Amazon, Paps has to be the next DHL, and Kemet Automotive has to be the next Tesla. So we will create a lot of wealth and work and a development for Africa. So I think, like you said, there is here a chain value. So Africrea, the platform, Paps, Logistic, Kemet Automotive, soon, I hope, the cars. So I think that's really a good thing, and we can all work together and really move the continent forward.
Exactly, great rule. Yeah, exactly. Making it happen and partnerships are definitely key, be it between you guys based in Africa as well as the African diaspora, etc. Maybe I will stop asking questions and maybe open the floor for the participants, and then towards the end we just have 10 minutes left to then just ask you one last question, guys. So we have one question in the in the thing. So it's like, what are the major technological challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome them? So, Bomba, what are the major technical challenges you had, and how did you face it?
Uh, no, I think I cannot name one major. I mean, I have thousands of challenges.
Yeah,
I have too many challenges. Everything is a challenge here. So,
yeah,
no, c'est what major technical. I think the major technical challenge is to not be able to build every project I want the way and the speed I want. So basically, we have a lot of ideas, and but we have a roadmap, and we have to respect that roadmap. And then we have a team, and then the team is growing, and we are trying to structuring the team. So we have to respect the team also, not pushing new project or new features because we want those. This is one. Second is the is on the product side to be able to get to involve clients or prospect earlier in a thinking stage. It's very difficult. It's very difficult for us to have community really involved on developing some new features. So there will be involved at some point because some of the clients are asking for new features or they want new services, etc. But it's very hard for us, for example, to say, okay, we want to open Bena, and then we want to have a set of I don't know 50 people that can use the service for the next 3 months, or and I know there are platforms such as what I'm just saying in Europe or in the US. So not being able to get people involved doesn't help us shape the thing how we want to shape it. So yeah, I think everything is a challenge. There is not one major than the other. The talent is a challenge. The tech at some point is a challenge. The roadmap, the funding part is a challenge. Everything is a challenge. But that also why we did that.
yeah. No, great, great to keep on and moving and overcoming those plentiful challenges. So great job. So Kadri, what do you say about that for you? Your
Yes,
major.
I really think that technical not the issue. It's the contrary. The technical part is really simple. The real issue is the growth of the company because you know. But the main issue really is how you go, how you manage a tech team, how you manage to convince people to the higher talents to come to Africa to invest and commit. So for me, it's really a matter of it's a business challenge. We have some regulatory and political challenges too, because we love to say that it's an African market, but locally in terms of execution is really 54 countries. So all that country have specific roles. So there is not really a Pan-African union or economies. It's just in the vision for the moment. Even though we have sellers in 46. But for me, as a Pap say, as a Bamba say, it's really execution and try to manage your roadmap. This year we begin our team. We were 12 on the team. Right now we are 43, and we will end the year with a team of 45. So how you can manage, incorporate all of that talent is the real issue, as you know, and we are working remote. So we have people everywhere from Nigeria, South Africa, Benin, Brazil, even Russia. Russia, we have take a part here. So we try to use and manage all the talent that we can find, and this is the real issue. For me, there is no really technological issue. It's really a matter of entrepreneurship and how you can keeping to move forward.
Okay, thanks a lot. So really a talent and business or management issue, really. Okay, very interesting. Rui, what about you in terms of technological challenges? Do you agree
Uh,
with the two other with Bamba and Kadri, or what's your
yes, I agree with them, and I want to speak about one challenge that is not really technical, but it's to find talents for the companies, because I think there is a lot of, like I said, a lot of young people like degrees and skills, but it's difficult to find them. So you see, we come with the Occidental vision of work, and when you come back in Africa, it's not really the same vision. So we really try to find people that have the skills, the same vision of work. It's complicated to find them. So maybe it's a business to create, like a platform to find the talents and everything. But it's really complicated to find the talent. But they are here, but we have to find them. The second challenge is the power, the infrastructure power in Africa. We have a big lack of power infrastructure. So we started to talk with international power company that think the idea is good and are ready and willing to help us. So maybe we will see how we can deal with this. And the third challenge that is more philosophic, it's I think the belief, because when you come up in Africa with a bold and ambitious project, nobody believes in it. So you have to go along with your partner, all these people that don't believe. And I think Bamba and Kadri go through that, and they have big companies now. So it gives me strength. No. So it gives me strength, and it will motivate a lot of other entrepreneurs to launch innovative digital company, and yes, that's all for me.
Thank you
And
so
Nadia, I
much.
want to add,
Yes, please. Yes,
excuse me,
please.
Nadia, I want
Yeah.
more challenge that is related little with the belief part, is that in a African startup ecosystem, we really lack data.
Mm.
And since we started in Africa and its side, we were looking for fundraising or for funding. It was really hard to prove investors that the African market can be huge. So there is no data, and it's really hard, and it's always a challenge for African startup just to show the data and show that we can build a unicorn, or even the diaspora can have pouvoir d'achat, can have really consumption power. And so you don't have data, and the one things that we always was facing, now it's getting better, is that investor used to ask us if our business was a niche, and it was really difficult for us to not a niche. It's not just a trend, but it can go deeper and it can be huge. So data. I really would like, and this is a call for all the African entrepreneurs to be more transparent with their data. We have to share it, and that will help us grow together.
True. Very. I fully agree with you, and also maybe access to reliable data, because sometimes we have access to
Yes.
data, but it's outdated or not really do not is not really realistic. So thanks a lot, guys. Maybe just because we're over time already a bit, but just one sentence you would like to share, or like an advice you would like to give to other African entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs from the African diaspora. Just one sentence, if you would have to say something now out of the blue. So, Rui, you will start. One
Me,
sentence.
I will stay in what I said just before. It's guys, let's believe in us. Let's believe in Africa.
Fantastic. Great. Thanks a lot. Bamba, your sentence.
Now.
Great. Fantastic. Fantastic. Two. So, Kadri, the last one, last but not least.
In Africa, there is a lot of problems, but more problems equals more opportunities. And it's a job of entrepreneur to solve problems.
Great. Fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure to have you here on this web talk. And so I am happy to hear that you will all work together as well. And thank you very much also to Adyfe and Oya and as well as Afreximbank to powering this event and especially this web talk. And have a beautiful day. Happy Friday. And talk to you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.